The United States has imposed sanctions on 14 Ukrainian separatists and Russians, including an ideologue who has heavily influenced the Kremlin. Political scientist Alexander Dugin is an extreme Russian nationalist closely associated with the Ukraine conflict. The US said it was cutting business ties and freezing the assets of him and others who had destabilised the situation in the east of the country. A ceasefire, albeit not fully observed, has been in place for a month. Russia said it found the new wave of sanctions difficult to understand. We categorically do not see any link between what has recently been happening in southeastern Ukraine and these sorts of actions, Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov told the news agency Interfax. President Barack Obama and European leaders have used sanctions as its main form of retaliation for Russia's annexation of Crimea and backing of separatists groups in eastern Ukraine. If Russia continues to support destabilizing activity in Ukraine and violate the Minsk agreements and implementation plan, the already substantial costs it faces will continue to rise, said Adam Subin of the U.S. Treasury Department. Among those targeted for sanctions is former Prime Minister Mykola Azarov and two other top Ukrainian officials in former President Viktor Yanukovych's inner circle, for misappropriation of Ukrainian state assets. Also included are 5 officials in the self-proclaimed Luhansk and Donetsk People's Republics and the leaders of Eurasian Youth Union, including Alexander Dugin. Mr. Dugin, a prominent Russian ultranationalist philosopher, has called on President Vladimir Putin to intervene militarily in eastern Ukraine to save Russia's moral authority. The U.S. says the Eurasian Youth Union has recruited individuals with military and combat experience to fight on behalf of the self-proclaimed DPR and has stated that it has a covert presence in Ukraine. A Russian bank operating in Crimea, now the largest banking network in the region, has also seen its assets blocked by the U.S. In a separate development, the U.S. is preparing to send more non-lethal aid to Ukraine, including unarmed drones, an unnamed official told U.S. media on Wednesday.